Hey, we're live, guys. RV Davey live. Gonna be a chilly one tonight. You can tell. I got this oven going. I left the door open, and any case, it's got hot air coming out of it. But tell you what, it must be. I guess it's probably gonna go down high 30s tonight, which is pretty chilly. What's up, Jeffrey? We got one person in here. Then again, not a lot of people know I'm going live right now. But it's pretty chilly. I got this Thinsulate stuff, which really doesn't really work that well if you think about it. It's getting cold. Let's see. I keep forgetting you're in Texas, right? I'm not sure what part of Texas it is, but Texas has got all Texas could be 6 states. That's how big that state is. Massive state. Huge area. That's one thing I'm going to say. I've only been to Texas once. And if that's where you're at. And in Texas, seems like it took 2 days to get out of that damn state. Yeah, it's huge. Arizona, you can get through the whole state in about, 5 hours? 5.5, I think. You could be in you could be in another state in 5 hours. Maybe 4.5. Well, I wouldn't, in an RV, no. Now, if you're in a car, van, low profile vehicle, yeah, you can muster 75, 80 miles an hour. An RV, you're at 60 to 65. You don't want to go. I don't like to go faster. When I get up to 65, I don't know. Just don't. 65. It's just too fast. When I'm traveling, I can do about 60. That's it. I'm good for about 2 hours because my hands get numb on the steering wheel. So, I got 3 people in here. Ooh, man, we're getting a big crowd in here. I'm still I'm still here and been trying to get out of here. I did get the filter for the heater, but the guy forgot to give it to me. I'm gonna freeze my tail off tonight. I thought I was gonna be able to use that heater tonight, but doesn't look like it. I do have the Mr. Heater 10-foot cord or the hose, but I don't dare. It's a brand new heater. I don't want to hurt the heater any way, shape, or form. So I gotta wait for that filter. Though it did come in. Technically, I'd like to get another carbon monoxide detector. One that I can actually lay pretty close to me. Actually, what I want to do is mount it to the back right here, like right about a little bit higher because sometimes I reach, and so I want to put it over here. So you want it where you're sleeping, because wherever you fall asleep, you want to be notified in case something of that factor. Yeah, I was busy. You tried calling me, Mr. Tim, and I was in middle of I had some solder, so I was doing some soldering. I wish they made a decent alcohol stove heater. Yeah, I don't know. I know they have a kerosene heater. Those kind of stink, so I guess if I had, well, I don't trust candles for one. Candles would kind of help keep the chill off the air. I can't use that heater that I got with the Wave 3 because I don't have enough propane. I've got one bar on my stove, and I'll have to wait till Monday and call somebody to get somebody to deliver the propane to here. And let's see, what else am I gonna do? Get that filter, get the carbon monoxide tester, and that's it. And then gas this thing up, unplug here, and then hit the road, you know. Because, you know, heck, I'm only, what, 2 hours? I'm up, let's see, 60 miles an hour. Let's see, 60 is 120. To get to Quartzsite, it takes about, it's 150 miles. Maybe not quite 100. I'll have to do a check on that. And see what the miles is to Quartzsite. But I think it's basically 2 hours of driving. And that's it. I just wanted to have enough water in here, which I do have. I need the guy to fill up the 30-gallon tank in here. Though some people would say, well, put it this way, I should go with at least 15 gallons. That way I got some water, you know, in case I'm not plugged in somewhere. You know, because I don't like to, I could just use the water. Oh, you're splitting out of here? So where are you going, Jeffrey? When are you going to be ready to leave out of Texas? All right, Mr. Tim. Talk to you later. Well, because they don't have propane here. I was just going to say. They do not have propane at this facility here. You know. Oh, you're saying about... Okay. All right. Well, we got a little bit of a crowd here. We got 8 people. Not that big. It's not that huge of a crowd, but... You know, if I'm on here for about an hour, we generally start getting more people. I'm surprised I don't see Judith Oxnard in here. She used to come in here, and then who else? Straight Jacket. He don't come in here no more. So besides, you know, I got things over his house, you know, that I'll have to get. Though I got enough things in here as it is, but I'm not in it. I don't want to be enemies with the guy, you know. He got that speaker cabinet from me, and I still got some things there. I don't think I have a whole lot there. I'm trying to think what I have left there. There's like a speaker. There's like a thing where I could put a... I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's like a subwoofer, basically. And, I don't know. We got Steve Azzaro in here. Straight Jacket, he got mad. He got mad at me. You know, he's one of those, you know, one of those type of people that gets mad. Gets mad. You know, he's not really a friend. You know, he's not a friend, you know. He's just like everybody else. Everybody else that I've known over the years, they're acquaintances, okay? And that's the way I have to put it. I'm just an acquaintance. But yeah, I want to get out to Quartzsite. I was there last year. Well, last season, I should say, but I want to get out there again. And I definitely want to stay away from some YouTubers that are out there. Certain YouTubers. There's some. There's a guy named Paul Barger. You know, if I see him, you know, he knows me very well. Yeah, I got some people. I mean, everybody knows who I am. They just don't know me personally, you know. How many people get to see me in a setting? It's kind of hard. But I wish I had another sleeping bag, at least. You know, like a 20-degree bag or something. And get a 20-degree bag and then spend about $100 on it. And throw that over the top of me. And then throw the other one that I got in here. It's probably only like a 50... It's a 50-degree bag. But I just use it like a... let's see. You know who seems like would be nice to meet? Matty Van Halen? I'm not so sure. He seems like he could be approachable, but I'm not so sure. You know, like I said, a lot of these YouTubers think that they're the gift to the world. You know, and you know, they're not. They're just not approachable. And I'm trying to think. What's that guy? Dave's RV Life. I don't think he's approachable. And a lot of people say that. And so he was gonna go. So he's in Quartzsite right now. And going to be working on his RV. He's got some issues with it. Some timing issues or whatever. So I'm not exactly sure. I got 5 people here. I don't have a big crowd in here. I got Jeffrey and Steve Azzaro. I'm not sure who else. Who else we got? We had about 8 people in here. You know. So it's a good time for Janice to come in. Janice Lawless, she's in here. Yeah, if you're in here for a few minutes, well, at least you made it in. You know, like I said, it's not a big crowd in here. Internet famous people are the worst. It seems that way. There's a guy that's a pretty good sized channel. What's he called? God, I can't think of his name. But he's out of a van. And he seems to be pretty cool. He's got a Harley Davidson motorcycle that he pulls behind in a trailer. You know. I'm chewing my bubble gum. I got some bubble gum, so I'm chewing bubble gum. I'm trying to think what that guy's name is. Luis. His name is Luis. I just can't think of his channel name. But yeah, he's got a professional camera crew that films his Rolling Earthship. There you go. I like that channel. I think he's humorous. You know, it's funny how he's kind of funny, you know, the way he talks, you know, on this channel. I guess I watched his last video. I guess he got a new mattress or something, and he threw the old one out. I mean, the old one didn't seem like it was bad, you know. Too bad I couldn't have got in touch with him. I would have certainly taken it off his hands, you know. But, you know, when you get stuff like that, you can't keep stuff around, you know. Got to get rid of it. Plus, when you live this lifestyle, I go in and out with his channel. I'll bet you it's cold back east. I'll bet you it is cold. Then again, I don't think, you know, going back east, and if you want to compare the colds, it's probably, the desert gets really cold. It's shocking that it could get as cold as it does in the desert, especially right now. December, January are 2 coldest months. You get through those 2 months, February it warms up. You get to about 75 in February. Let's see, I sub and then I unring his bell. And, oh, okay. Yeah, there's people that I don't get. You know, I watch some videos and, you know, I lose track of them. You know, you have to go, and I can't think of the names of the channels and the people. And I can't find them again, you know. Because I can't, you know, my memory is like, just can't remember. Got 20 years ago, I could remember things, but not as good nowadays. That's what is that everybody says go there, but it's cold everywhere. It's cold everywhere. That's the way you have to look at it. There's only one place you can go where it's going to be warm. One place. I think you'd all know where that one place would be. Cold, dry air in the winter. Yeah, it's cold, dry air. What is it? Is moist cold worse than dry cold air? I don't know. What's the difference? I mean, cold's cold, but what would be more of a comfortable cold? Would it be a moist cold, or would it be a dry cold? I think they say go there because it's the dirt. It's dirt. Cheapest place to. I never saw that, but I want to experience it. About a month. We'll see. You know, like Colorado River, the Colorado River lakes, or, you know, those lakes are in good shape, except for, it seems, is that Lake Mead's the worst, in the worst shape out of all of them. you get that dry air, cold air gets to your throat. I think they say go there because it's the dirt cheapest place. You know, because, you know, you could pay about $180 for a long-term area, LTVA, and you pay $180 for 7 months, which is pretty cheap. But for me, it's funny. I called the one place I wanted to get a space. I'm sure I could get a space there. Most people don't think about, you know, they don't want to plug in. They just, you know, they don't want to pay that much. A lot of people, like the big YouTubers, they make money. You know, they got big money coming in every month, you know. These channels I'm at 1,200 subscribers right now. 1,200. I just hit 1,200 about 3 weeks ago. So 1,200 people. That's pretty good for this channel. I still have to figure out how I can get this this channel unblocked. Or it's not blocked. It's just I don't have monetized. It's not. I don't have the monetization. I can't even say it. I don't. In other words, my monetized status is not on, and I don't know what the reason is, because it's been well over a year since all that. You know, since was monetized, and then they unmonetized me, and then I never got it back. So, I mean, that's the only way I could get, like, you know, people never handed me that much money anyway, you know, on this channel. It's not like I was going to make a bunch of money anyway, right? The most I could ever get would be between 6 people to give me enough money to maybe go out and have a dinner on it or something, you know. That'd be about the only thing. Gas, what is gas right now? I don't even know what the gas prices are. Arizona's pretty pricey on gas, because of the fact that we get our gas from California, and we pay a hefty price for it. So we're basically, I don't know. I'll have to look into it because I haven't checked lately. But you have to contact YouTube. Now, how do I get that number? Now, how do I get a TIN number? Let's see. I gave him my Social Security number, and still I have nothing, you know. Okay, I'll watch the replay. See. All right, Janice. Appreciate it. We will catch you later. Happy holidays in the meantime. Happy blah, 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 right? Happy blah, blah, blah. I was going to get back to, approachable YouTubers. I'll tell you one of the worst people, one of the worst YouTubers is, for not being approachable, is any of the tribe members. They're just not approachable. They're in their own little world, and they don't like people coming up to them and trying to associate with them. They're bothered by it for some odd reason. Hard to say, but see, that's just the way it is, I guess. But I don't approach anybody out there anyways, unless I see somebody and I recognize them. I'm parked next to them or something, or I know I've been in courtside, and believe me, there's a big crowd of people out there. I don't think it's that many out there compared to years past. I bet you there's still a pretty good group out there. I was out there. When was I out there last time? I was out there in October last season. October-ish. But, yeah. Don't they send you? I'm wondering how I do that. I need to find out. I don't know where to go to find this out. I tried once and I didn't get anywhere with it. I spent 5 hours on the phone with Davey to recover his. Yeah, all my friends are, basically dead. All the friends that I had. I think there's only one left. And I just was in touch with a gal right before I came on here. And she texted me. And I knew her husband really well. And he was married to this gal. And he passed away 4 years ago. Wait a second. Hold on. Let me think. He died. I'm trying to think. He died. I think it was 2017 when he passed. But he was 59. So he's 59 in 2017. So 59, 60. He'd be like 63 years old, something like that. He's a really good guitar player, I know that. He's played with some people, Like I said, let's see, you lost a. Yeah, RV American Traveler, that was a good account. I couldn't get I had the numbers for that to get into it, but Straight Jacket, his computer died. When his computer died, I lost all those numbers. And then I lost those numbers from the phone, from my previous 2 phones that I've had. So, but that's just how it turned out. Help me be in a. Well, it does not. Its only purpose is to be able to unban the regulars that Davies accidentally bans. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I it's funny. I knocked this one guy out, and it seemed like it knocked a bunch of other people out. Somehow, I don't know. We're getting a small crowd. We're not getting a big crowd on you think you would on a Friday night? Oh no, take that back. Saturday night. You think you'd have a bigger crowd, but I don't know. I don't have a Big Dog RV. Big Dog RV. Now he used to be an approachable guy, but since he's become a superstar alongside Camper Van Kevin, he's no longer approachable. And like I said, you'll see some of these people in courtside, and Yeah, you don't dare go. I mean, like Blue Van Dam, I'm going to tell you straight up, that guy is really conceited, and I don't know how he could get that way because he doesn't travel with the tribe. He doesn't hang with their group, you know. So, but he's not approachable at all. You don't dare. Yeah, he drinks a lot. You know, that's one thing I could say. He has a lot of alcohol in his vehicle. That's when he had the little van. I bet you the little van keeps all of his alcohol stash. I'll bet you the little blue Van van. That's a tongue twister. I'll bet you that van is. It was heavily stocked. I'll never forget. I went camping out at the Colorado River, and I don't think too many people go to that spot anymore. Right there in the river. They say according to RV or TV you can, but I just don't see anybody going there. I don't even see RV or TV go there. So he drove in. I think what it is there's a sign that got knocked down and they never put the sign back up. But I don't know. It's just a 14-day stay there. I don't think there's a camp post. But yeah, you're like, one thing convenient about that spot, you're 1 mile to being in California. 1 mile you're at the border crossing from Arizona to California. And but yeah, there's 2 grocery stores that are decent, but if you're in Quartzsite, you're just best off going to like the Coyote or Roadrunner grocery. A place called the Roadrunner, and then the other one's called the Coyote. And Coyote has a lot of good supplies. I mean, they have a lot of good meats. They got a deli. They make fresh chicken. I mean, you can get a whole baked, you could have a whole chicken, if you want. Or you could buy a whole chicken. I just don't have the room for it. Unless I buy the chicken and I cook it that same day. I can't store it. I mean, if I had a little ice chest, like a styrofoam type thing, which I do have in here, and I keep a couple heads of lettuce in there and like 4 to 6 tomatoes and cucumbers. So I can make them garden salad, but that's about it. That's about how I ride here on the road. Yeah, I have the buddy heater. I just don't dare light it. I'm tempted to, because it's just going to get really cold in here. I could probably it's a big buddy, so I could probably set it on low or medium high or medium heat. I think I'll be fine if I turn that on medium heat. I just have to be careful with it. I don't have I have to make a space where I could put it. Keep any type of plastic, and anything plastic you got to keep away from it. You got to be very, very vigilant with that heater. Just because of the size of it, I thought it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a little buddy heater, but what's the point? You got the big one, might as well. You could just set it on the setting of low, and it'd be like, I don't know, medium would be like high on the. The big one on medium would be like the high on with the smaller buddy heater. But I do know that they work pretty well. They really produce some heat. Problem is they suck the propane. That's the only bad thing about them. If you took off that, you'd find a pinball machine. This is a cardinal hat. It's not a black hat. It's a cardinal hat. You think I'd throw the thing away since the Cardinals aren't any good. Funny thing about the Cardinals, getting into sports. I don't like to go into sports on here, but sports. The Cardinals, their general manager took a leave of absence from the team. So, I don't know what that's going to do for them. I mean, they're not making the playoffs. I mean, they're best off where they are anyway, because you're best off not making the playoffs. Why make the playoffs when you're just going to lose in the first round? You know what I'm saying? Their year was last year. Yeah, if they were going to win last year, they should have done it last year. It would have been better to do it this year because, you know, the Super Bowl is right here in this town here. You know, but this town gets really busy. That week of the Super Bowl coming in here. One thing I did notice a lot when the Super Bowl was here last time around, you had a lot of Lear jets. You got jets coming in here like crazy. Yeah, we don't have the small airport capacity here. They were talking about putting some more in, but they never did, you know. You think they'd have done that, you know, knowing that. But they thought, okay, well, the Super Bowl's come in, so, you know, we're not going to do that. You know, we're just not going to do it. Because, you know, for what? For 1 year, spend all that money to build a couple airports, and then they're out of here, you know. Phoenix Open. That's another big event. Try to rent a car here in Phoenix when the Phoenix Open and the Super Bowl's here. You can't touch a car. All the cars are rented out 2 months in advance. Hotels. You're going to stay in a hotel? Plan on spending probably an extra $100 just to rent a motel. Just your crappiest, cheapest motel. But, I mean, Phoenix has some pretty nice motels in the Phoenix area. That I can say. Yeah, there's a lot of nice places. Glendale, there are a lot of nice ones around Glendale where the Super Bowl is going to be played. Imagine a lot of people would want to stay there, but then again, a lot of people staying downtown. Downtown's the place to be. That's where all the activities are going to be going on. You can hop on the rail and, you know, ride the rail. You know, as long as you're... it's not good for me in my situation, but we got a pretty 9 people. Usually I've seen 14, 15. I've seen up to 24 people in here. Just depends. But then again, you know, a lot of people don't know I'm on. But if their notifications are on, then they will know I'm on. You know, if you go in the live setting, then you'll see on one of the videos that's live right now. But yeah, you won't see like tribe members come in here or come into, you know, they're not into watching anybody else's videos. But if you go to Blue Van Dan, he's not a big channel. I mean, I think he's got like, how many does he have? I think he's got like 8,000 people in his subscribe to his channel, and that doesn't make you that much money. You need, I think, I don't know, he might get lucky and make a few $100s out of it, you know, if he's lucky. Be enough to go buy him a couple extra bottles to keep his alcohol stats stocked up, you know. That'd be about it. We got Robert Austin in here, Steve Azzaro, Jeffrey Lebowski, Mayhem is in here. Davey, you keep... Oh, I always do. You know that. Let's see, I believe you had 18 2 nights ago. Yeah, something like that. I think there's one night or two, I can't remember which, where I had like 21 people in here. Yep, 21 I had. So, but yeah, I figured, yeah, come on a Saturday night. I might come in on Sunday too. Just have to see how I feel. Sunday's a football day for me. I watch a lot of football games. So, I don't know. I might just crank that heater up. I just got to make an area where I could put the buddy heater. Can't go too far with it. I only got a 5-foot hose on it right now. But if I put what I got to do is attach the 10-foot hose, because it's specifically a buddy heater hose. Their claim is that you could use that hose and not have to use the filter for it. And the reason for that is these hoses that you buy or bought years past, there was oil in the hose, in down through the, let's say you got a 5-foot hose, 10-foot. There was enough oil that would run through those that will clog up your tubes, your tube lines in your buddy heaters. But I think I'm going to have to use it, because otherwise I'm using my oven for heat right now, and that goes for 2 hours. If I fall asleep, I wake up, I'm freezing, man. I woke up pretty cold. Matter of fact, I wake up later in the morning just because it is cold. Yeah, I wake up, I'll turn on that oven for about a good hour, maybe 2, and it'll warm this place up. And then the sun comes out and keeps it warm the rest of the way. So, 9 people in here. Yeah, I see Tasha is missing sports. Yeah, Tasha doesn't cover sports. Yeah, it's funny, Tasha. If you look at Tasha, when Tasha don't have makeup on, Tasha don't look as good. I don't have any makeup on. I don't buy makeup. Kid me? I mean, they make all the newscasters wear makeup. All the anchors, news anchors, even the local channels. Local channels do that. And then, was it Kari Lake? I guess Kari Lake is suing the Arizona Elections Commission here in Phoenix. Yeah, Kari Lake is suing them because she lost. How about that? You're suing somebody because you lost. I mean, they ran a good election. They really did. They had a third box, and she claims it was that the third box that they had, people weren't getting their votes counted, and that's bullcrap. Because they came out and said, if your vote came into that box number 3, that's because the printer wasn't working, or something. And in that way, you voted, you put your card. In other words, if those other 2 things aren't working, you put your card in slot 3, and it still gets counted. It just gets counted a little bit later, but it still gets counted. You got then. Yeah, I got paralyzed lips. Yeah. So I got real. See, my lips are really red. Really red lips. But that's just my regular lips. I don't know what else. It's the way God made me, so it's the way I am. Some people say, hey, you got lipstick on? I go, lipstick? No. Why? Well, because you got such red lips. I go, aren't your lips supposed to be red? Well, most people have like a beigeish color lips, I don't know. I'm not drinking Kool-Aid either, so Kool-Aid will really... Thinking about Kool-Aid, man, I don't drink that stuff anyway, but I made some tea tonight. I made hot tea and let it sit out. And I put some lemon juice in it. And anyway, that helps my throat. I got kind of a crackly throat right now. I guess it's the dry weather. Especially if you talk a lot. Such as I do. Such as I have to. Still got, I think I had, the most I had in here, I think I had, 9 people? No, 10. I think the most I had at one point was 10 in here. That's the most I've had. But even 7 people, 7, 8, that's about average. Not making any money anyway, so. I'm just doing it. I'm just kicking it, you know. God, I wish I'd have called that guy here and could have got that filter, you know. It would have been nice just to run that. It's just knowing that you're not hurting the buddy heater, you know. I'm kind of jumping around here, but you know, it's good. I know it's just, I'm gonna have to I gotta get back up, and I gotta turn the oven on to keep the heat going in here. So, what did I have for dinner today? I had frozen pizza. I took the frozen pizza out of the freezer part of the Iceco refrigerator, and then I stuck it in the refrigerator for about a day, day and a half. And then I had the pizza this afternoon. I think I had pizza at about 2:30. So, yeah, I was thinking about that guy that's got the van. He's called Rolling Earthship. That's his channel name. He seems like he'd be, well, I don't know. He camps away from everybody. He doesn't camp at La Posa South. He doesn't, you know, I think where he's at, he's not paying, you know. So, that's how it is here. Yeah, too bad I didn't have one of those PlayStations, you know. Get like a PlayStation 3 or something where you can just spend $100 on it. Just something you could play some games, you know. Something where you could kill some time. Kill the time. You cooked your pizza and the... No. I took the pizza out of the refrigerator and I threw it in the... First of all, I preheated the XL oven. I got one of those XL ovens. You know, the one which got the air fryer on it. Got the basket in it, and anyway, I took I preheated it at about 350, and stuck the frozen pizza in there. Well, it wasn't frozen anymore, but when the pizza's thawed out and you cook it in the toaster oven, it'll bake that pizza in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes or less. But if your oven's preheated, no, it only takes about 8 minutes. 8 minutes and that pizza's done. Doner than it was. I watched it, so I sat there and you know this oven bakes these pizzas perfect. They come out just spot on. Especially this toaster. I think any of them would do, but I'm not sure if all of the toaster ovens have the capability of actually fitting a 12-inch pizza in the thing, you know. Mine does. You know, I've had a couple in the past where the pizzas didn't completely fit in there, you know. But this one is made specifically for that reason. But yeah, you can bake, you can make a lot of things in that oven. You know, if I'm plugged in somewhere, that's nice. You know, because then I make a lot of stuff in the oven, but then again, I get a lot of dry stuff too, because that way I don't have to refrigerate it. You know, I'm going towards that direction. Is when I get stuff. You know, I need ground beef, so I keep how many ground beef? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I got like 6 pounds of ground beef in there in the refrigerator. But I keep them. I buy the small chubs. You know, they're about yay big, like that, maybe like that. And maybe about 5.5 inches long or something. And anyway, that keeps frozen. It stays frozen in the refrigerator, and I get it out. And when I take the hamburger out, I stick it in the refrigerator for about a day, day and a half, maybe 2 days, and then I make something. I usually make tacos, but Tuesday's the day to make tacos. Taco Tuesday. And tell you what, you get the corn tortillas. A little bit bigger size. Next time I'll get a little bigger size. And because they make perfect size tacos. And you make your own taco shells. You don't go buy them in the store. You know, they cost too much and they don't taste as good. you make your own. You just put enough oil in the pan and put like three of the tortilla corn tortillas. Put those in the pan with a little bit of oil, just enough to cover over the corn tortillas, and you flip it over about 3 times, and about less than 5 minutes, or well, I'm going to say 2.5 minutes, they're done. 2.5 to 3. Put a paper plate with a paper towel, and then when you lay them out, you fold them over, and you put something in between, so they don't, so that that you got a space about that much, and then you stick your ground beef in there, cheese, lettuce, and tomato. Not necessarily in that order, but the last time I made tacos, I just put the ground beef in there, and I mixed. I mixed with the ground beef to make the taco sauce. There's like a green chili diced tomato, which I don't have right now. I'm going to have to look it up. I don't know what the name of the damn brand that makes it, but anyway, you get, I don't know, I need to get about 12 of those, and then that makes 12 batches of tacos. One package of 80 count make you a lot of tacos. I think the last time I made 9 tacos, and I ate all 9 tacos. They were all real good. You take the ground beef, you mix cilantro with that can of the green chilies with diced tomatoes, and salt and pepper, cilantro, and that's it. That's all you got. Maybe a little bit of garlic, salt, and the ground beef with the cilantro comes out perfect. You throw the diced tomatoes with the green chilies mixed in. Oh my God, that taco sauce is. You buy those packets. I do have the dry packets, but they don't taste nearly as good as putting cilantro. That just makes it so much better. It's even better than going to a restaurant, actually, And then on top of that, what you do is, before you do, that's a lot of work to make that, But what you want to do is make fried rice, and make the fried rice with a little bit of, you could add an egg to it, and you put that on a plate with the tacos. I don't use what's that stuff? Refried beans. I don't usually use refried beans. But, yeah, you can put black beans in it, too. You can make a taco casserole. Instead of, what you do is you layer it out. Ground beef, taco, corn tortilla, ground beef, and then cheese, another layer. And then you do the same thing. You just keep layering it up until you fill the pan. And, man, that's enough food to last you 3 days right there. Put it in a Ziploc bag. I buy lots of Ziploc bags because I put spaghetti in there and various things I make. Comes out good. I just don't have a camera situation set up. Otherwise, I'd probably do a tape delay, with maybe a cooking channel or something, Yeah, James Gipe. Shout out goes to James Gipe right now. And I still haven't gotten in his channel. I've just been lazy, real lazy. Yeah, it's just a lot easier just to do a live video. Come on here for a few and get off. And what is it? I'm almost 50 minutes into the live stream. So, anyway, I probably won't be on here too much longer. I just wanted to come in and check in on everybody, make sure everybody's doing okay, and yeah. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. A lot of times, I just don't watch TV. There's nothing really on TV, that it's really worth it, really, hardly. I could live without a TV set. It's just nice to have one. But, anyway, that's how that scope goes. You know, I'm surprised we don't have a few other people that, you know, like, what is it, Judith Oxnard? She don't come in here. I unblocked her too. Unless she got blocked again, I don't know. Accidentally, I don't know. Jeffrey, Judith Oxnard's not blocked, right? Because I haven't seen her come in here. She usually pops in about just when I'm shutting the channel down. So I don't know, man. I just wish I had a. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the buddy heater tonight. It's just too cold. I don't want to use too much propane either, you know. I don't have a portable stove that I can click onto the propane. I got a big 20-pound tank in the bathroom back there, and I got to take that one hose. Is a 5-foot hose. I got to take that off and put this 10-foot hose on there, and clear up a space on the kitchen countertop, and put the buddy heater up there, and I'm gonna just put it on medium. Try it on medium, see how medium works. There's no way I need it on high. I wish I had they buy these fans that go on top. What I need is a paint tray, but I won't get one until I go to Quartzsite. I'll buy one there. I'll go to a hardware store, pick up a paint tray. What you do is you put the paint tray underneath the barbed wire. Not the barb. It's a wiring that goes over the front of the buddy heater, and you simply put the paint tray up in there, and then you can put one of those fans, and the fans just run off the heat. There's no electricity, no nothing plugged up to them. Mm-hmm. And let's see, GM Steve Keim. I don't know. The Arizona Cardinals general manager, I guess. Who knows? Maybe, you know, won't be coming back to the Cardinals as a general manager. Maybe they have to look. You know what they should do is hire a coach that's a general manager. That saves you money. Just get one guy that could do it all. But what's that guy's name? Sean Payton? He ain't coming here. There ain't no way he'd take that job. That's just, Cardinals are drama, man. They've got lots of talent on that team. They just don't have coaches to coach those guys. Either that or the guys that are playing on that team don't have, other words, they're not coachable. That's a good way to put it. Good word to use. They're not coachable. Like approachable? Well, they're not coachable. Because they make too much money. They know it all. Fact is, they got a good receiving core. They really do. They got Hopkins. They got, what else they got? Robbie Anderson came from Carolina, and then they picked up Hollywood Brown from the Ravens. Problem he's like only 5'7" tall. He's just not that big of a guy. See, these little guys get hit a couple times and they can't play anymore. I don't know. I can see your. I don't know. I can't see your block list. Yeah, I'm about to go into the computer and fire up the computer. And I'm just not real good with that computer, that laptop I got. Just not real good with it. I have to get into. What I have to do is download the software for this, the same thing that I'm using here. And then that way I can, or I could just go into YouTube, actually. I don't even need to worry about that. Just go into YouTube and click on the icon and go into settings, and I think from there I can get to it. It's a process to get to the list. Not exactly the easiest thing to do. It makes their franchise player a 5'9" kid who can't throw over the lineman. Yeah, I don't know what got into the Cardinals to get Kyler Murray. I never cared for him. Yeah, I knew he was going to be a problem. Yeah, he's just too short. The guy's, I don't even think he's 5'8". Yeah, I think he's 5 foot. I'd say he's 5'8" at the most. Because when the guy stands next to Hollywood Brown looks the same height as he does. And Hollywood Brown's listed at 5'7". Kyler Murray could be 5'5" for all you know. You know, I mean, come on. He can't hike underneath the center because he's too short. You think he'd be okay doing that, you know? Because when you go in the shotgun form, that's just telling the defense what your play's gonna be, you know? Yeah, that's the thing. You know. Sports. We got our sports section tonight. We covered sports. I don't think I didn't cover weather. I think I did. Yeah, I did cover weather. I said it was cold, right? Cold's cold. You know, it doesn't matter whether it's a warm cold. What you consider a warm cold would be like 40 about 47, 8 degrees, you know, in the morning. It gets down to about 40. It feels like it's in a, you know, feels like 30 something, you know, because of the dry air. It feels colder. Don't know if it goes through you. Certainly gets to you, that's for sure. At least for a few hours. Anywhere between 2 o'clock and between 2 to about 8:30 in the morning. About 8:30 in the morning, you're usually okay. 8:30, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, you're in pretty good shape. But I think you get a couple frosted nights where it gets down to 30s. I think it got down to what, 30? I think one night it got down. I think the coldest it got was like 20, 29, 30 degrees. I think it was like 30 degrees. I seen frost all over there was frost on my windshield and all on the side windows here. I had frost on all the windows. I got this little insulator thing in here. I'll tell you what makes a really good insulator is if you got those moving pads. You get like 3 or 4 of the moving pads, and if you can hang them where the windows are, the big windows, and drape off where a lot of the cold comes into your front window. Now, if you could put the warm blankets, or better yet, a sleeping bag over which I don't have, or a good blanket that keeps all that cold from coming through the window all the way into here. You know, it just makes a huge difference. Stay warm, and to have one of these thermal hats, you got to have one of these, especially if, you know, have hair on the top. So anyway, that's the scoop. So what do you think, guys? We had to shut her down, close it out. We're at 50. Yeah, we could shut it down at 60 minutes, even 1 hour. We're at 58 minutes, 28 seconds, and counting. Guys, watch this space program. The Russians went up in space and docked at the, they docked at the station up there, International Space Station or whatever. And anyway, they had a leak. They had a major leak. Something was major leaking. I don't know if they fixed it. Pretty dangerous. You get out in space and all of a sudden you got a major leak going on. You'd think they would have had that resolved before they went up into space, you know. But evidently the problem got caused when they launched out. See, now we got reusable rockets now. So no, we use the same rockets for everything. So it's a lot cheaper now. It's not like it used to be. Cost you $1 zillion to go up into space. You can go up into space at about I forget how many miles it is before you get into space, you know. But yeah. So anyway, I'm running out of stuff to say. I've already talked sports. I talked weather. I talked YouTubers, and that was a big thing. Talking about, you know, YouTubers that they just simply aren't approachable. You know, that is the word, unapproachable. You know, but a channel like, let's say, the Tribe members, those are people you don't. They have their own little group, and if you're not in their group, you simply don't camp. Don't camp anywhere. Don't camp around them. Don't even camp. Don't camp next to them. Don't bother them, because they'll get upset. Then they'll call you a stalker and everything else. You know, it's just interested. It's just people that are on YouTube that aren't superstars like they are. You know, but actually, those superstar YouTubers. Just think, if there was no YouTube, where would they be? How would they make their money? You know, how would they get paid? I mean, a lot of these YouTubers, shoot, they're like 20-something years old. I don't know how they can afford to be out here like it. It is expensive as hell, man. Let's see, are you still mad at all nomads? No, I'm not mad at all the nomad. I'm just not. I'm just saying that, you know, that certain group of YouTubers that are, you know, make the big money. And when they make that big money, they just think they're all that and more. They think they're like the new movie stars, you know. Just that they don't have the movie star price, you know. They don't get paid the same kind of money. A movie star, a TV actor, shoot, they make millions of dollars. One episode, they'll make $1 million, you know. That's a lot of money. And these YouTubers, they might make $4,000, $5,000. Still, if I made $4,000 a month, I wouldn't be living out of an RV, man. I'd be living in a nice freaking pad somewhere. I'd have a nice apartment. You know, especially if you got your regular retirement pay, plus your YouTube money. Yeah, you come out. Let's say you're making $4,000. Now you got $1,500 extra to play around with. So 40, you see, 4, 5, 550, $500 a month. You have yourself a nice car payment, nice apartment. Apartment's going to cost you what, $2,000? Yeah, rent. Yes, I see you. I definitely agree with that. You know, why pay rent? You know, this is like a little studio apartment here. These guys are letting me stay here for nothing. You know, that's really nice of them. And I told the one guy, hey, I just got to get that filter from you. I go, oh, first of all, I did. I caught him finally, and I said, hey, what about the filter? Did it come in? He goes, yeah, it came in yesterday late. I said, okay, well, I'll have to snag that filter. But man, God, I mean, I guess I could suffer another night of cold and wait for that heat, the filter to come in. That way, I'll get a little section set up in here, and or I can set the buddy heater up. I imagine, I'll figure out something. Be nice if I had a hang, like some kind of, still, you know, the thing is, I wish I had one of those fans, and then the paint tray, so I can put the fan. The most expensive one is a double fan. Got two fan, one to the right, to the left, and then you got the one fan that's, I don't know, I imagine it's about a 6-inch fan, maybe 5.5, something like that. You just put it on top of the paint tray, and then that heat makes the fan work, and it blows. You could have that blowing, instead of going to the ceiling, it's blowing the hot air, moving the hot air around the RV and keeping it warm that way. Yeah, I make well more than that, and I'd never live in my more home. So I find the area. Shoot, you could. I mean, you could stay on my property, Jeffrey. It's just that you'd have to. I need somebody that can build a garage. You know, what I'd like to do is have a garage, a cheap garage that you could just pull into, and then what you do is you concrete a perimeter around it, about maybe a foot and a half, all the way around the perimeter where the garage is. Then you build the garage on right over the top of the perimeter, and put rock in it, and have rock in there because all the concrete costs too much. So you can put the rock in there a lot cheaper. So you get pebble rock, and put like river rock, but the real small pebble size. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know anybody either. I mean, if I did, that way you pull in there, and then you have to worry about the pack rats. You know, you got to worry about the pack rats. Find a way to kill those suckers. You know, problem is, when you got 10 acres, there's just too many of them. You know, but on my property, somebody's building a cabin, like real close to, and they're putting a road in. That comes straight into my property. So the guy's putting the road through. Since he's going to put that road through, I could use that road to get into my property. It'll be a much better way to get in, and make it, so there's, when I try to come in off the regular, which is not really much. I wouldn't even consider it a road. So you come in off that regular road coming in. There's too many There's too many branch overhangs where you're hitting branches, and I could never get the one guy I knew with the chainsaw to come out and trim those branches. He never trimmed them. He was too lazy to even do it. I tried to get him to do it for 3 years, and I never could get him to do it. You know. And that was paying him. I was offering to pay him, and well, I can't leave my house. I gotta do all the dishes. I gotta take care of everything here. I gotta feed the one guy's mother now that she's here, and I know she'd get her own stuff. She's 80-something years old. She's capable of getting up off the chair and making her own meals and stuff like that. Besides, she gets Social Security, and she's rich anyway. And the guy's son, he's mooching off of her Social Security money. He brought her in just so she could maintain the house. Talk about pack rats. They got regular rats in that neighborhood. They're called what are they called? God, what are they called? Roof rats. They're called roof rats. They're big too. They do a lot of damage. They chew up your wires, and the guy had a dishwasher and an oven. The damn rats chewed all the wires up, and the oven didn't work, so he had to get another oven, had to get another dishwasher, and those rats just eat the wires. They just do major damage. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to park your vehicle, you want a garage, especially where you are around a lot of pack rats. And in the meantime, while you're there, you could feed. What you do is you make poison. Instead of basically what you do is you take plaster Paris and mix plaster Paris with peanut butter. And then when the rats eat that, they bloat and they can't digest their food. It's undigestible, and they die from that. So, get a pack rat or a regular rat or any kind of mice, they can't. They don't take stool softener, so that stuff kills them. East Coast, we got East Coast in here. We're doing all right. We're hanging in there. We're doing okay. I'm about ready to close it out, so I've gone over an hour here. Yeah, I got a small crowd in here. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna watch some TV and I'm gonna kick back on a Saturday night here. I'm thinking about clearing an area and running that. I'm seriously thinking about running that the buddy heater. I'm just gonna maybe give it a shot. I gotta clear out a good 5 foot area. I can probably put it in the kitchen area. Problem is I need an area to, if I have to use the restroom. I don't want to be tripping over the heater. So I gotta have a good area where there's no plastic, paper, any of that stuff. Plastic that gets so hot that it can melt plastic. I got a big trash bag in the back here, and I got to really got to clear out a pretty good. Well, I don't have much area to clear out, but because I just don't have the space. But I got to make at least a 5 foot section for that thing. Yeah, it's hard to keep it going. I mean, I've said everything, man. I've covered anything from sports to weather, and kind of feel like I'm a news anchor here. But I gotta. It's not exactly hot in here. I'd say it's a little on the chilly side. If I would have to guess a temperature, it'd probably be about 62 to 65 degrees in here right now, which is okay. But I wish I had a regular heater, because I got plugged in electricity here. That would keep me warm, and I wouldn't have to worry about propane, and also don't have to worry about the carbon monoxide as well. So propane and carbon monoxide, it's two dangerous things, that an RVer has to face. Yeah, if you just, I don't have a dinette. I do have a dinette table, but I don't have a way to set it up. But yeah, I'd have to just clear out a good space in here. So got to figure out a way to do something. Put the buddy heater in front of me or something. If I put it right in front of me, I think I'll keep nice and toasty warm. Talk about all the girls you've loved before. All the ones how you top the door. Shoot, there are no girls. Well, you know what? They got these, like a dating thing that's on there, and, all these chicks are like, 40, 35 to like 40. I think the oldest one I've seen on there was 44 years old. We got Tasha Teeling in here. Table, yeah. I got a dinette table, but the dinette table doesn't, I don't have the leg on the one end of it, so I can stand it up. Otherwise, you can make a regular. That's where I store all my stuff, man. I just throw it where I couldn't sleep before, because the area is too short. I mean, I'm about 2 inches too much for it. I'm 5 foot, just under 5'10", and that little section here is about 5'8". It's 48 here in Florida. What part of Florida is that? What's going on, Tasha? What's going on in Tasha's neck of the woods? Date Cindy? No, never. No, not in my wildest dreams would I date that girl. She ain't worth the trouble. I mean, the girl's an alcoholic. I mean, she buys all of her. I don't know how she can afford to drink all that alcohol. I really don't know. West Coast, Florida. Which is like, so you're by Tampa Bay, right? Tampa Bay's cold. God, I thought I heard Florida was hot. I heard Florida was like 85, 90. Stays like 85, 90 degrees year round. I I could always look up the temperatures in Tampa Bay and South Beach, Florida, and kind of compare to. I watch the snake videos. I watch those all the time too. These guys feed king cobra snakes, and yeah, they got all kinds of puff adders. Well, you don't ever want to get bit by a puff adder. That's not a snake you want to free handle. Vipers you don't want to free handle. They free handle the rattlesnakes. Got to be careful of rattlesnakes, man. They're unpredictable. It's a wild animal. They could snap at you, and they don't. All you gotta do is hold it wrong. That damn thing's gonna take a little bite out of you. Believe me, I know. I've been bit by 2 rattlesnakes, 2 western diamondbacks, in my my late 20s. 2 different times I had to get. They gotta do it they gotta treat you just like it's a rabies bite, basically. Man, that is not a fun thing to go through. Not good. I miss Tampa. It's a U.S. Black Mambas? Yeah, go watch Chandler's Wildlife and watch Tyler Nolan. Tyler Nolan Tattoos. He's got snakes, but he don't have the amount of snakes that Chandler's Wildlife. That's very, very entertainment. That's a lot of entertainment for your bang for your buck. Going to Chandler's Wildlife. He's got alligators. He's got crocodiles and alligators. And what else? He's got Cuban crocs too. Cuban crocs. And he's got he even built an enclosure for his owl. He's got one of those big owls. And yeah. So he's got that, and yeah, check his channel out. It's very. I mean, you could spend days watching all those snake videos, big time. We got a pretty good crowd in here now. We got 10 people? 10 people in here. Not even sure what time it is yet. What is it? 8? What is it? I don't even know what time it is. Gotta be late in the East Coast. East Coast time zone or whatever. I think we're right here in Phoenix. We're in Pacific, but then it goes. I'm not sure for Mountain Time, and then it switches over to Pacific Time code. Pacific Time Coast time. Well, I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. Pacific. How would you say it? Pacific Time Zone, and then there's Mountain Time Zone. I think. We're sitting right now at Pacific Time Zone, so same time as California. But then it switches over after the first of the New Year. After New Year's, it goes into, and I think we switch over to Mountain Time Zone. But we don't change time here. We don't turn the clocks. Arizona don't turn its clocks ever. Never has, never will. A lot of pythons in Florida. Yeah, I mean, Chandler's Wildlife, that's how he feeds his king cobras. He's got 2 king cobras. He's got one that's named Kevin. And then, I can't remember what the other one's name is. But yeah, he's got a, what kind of cobras are? One's a king. It's a, trying to think of the kind of king. The Malaysian king cobra, and then I figure what the other one is. But one of them's a Malaysian. Kevin's a different type of. It's a king cobra, but those snakes get big. Those snakes get anywhere between 18 to up to 22 feet long. Try to handle one of those snakes. I mean, he free handles his king cobras. You can't. He can only handle like a section of it because the damn snakes are so heavy. I think his king cobras are like, how much are they? Um, 60 pounds. 60-pound snake. That's a lot for a person to pick up and try to handle. Especially when it gets pissed off. If it's in a pissy mood, you don't bother it. Because if it's shedding, it's not going to be in a good mood, you know. Big things going on. What's going on? What's big going on? What's big that's going on, beautiful Tasha? What's going on, Miss Beautiful Tasha? What's going on in Florida? Well, yeah. See, Chandler Wildlife, what he does is he hunts for pythons, which Florida's got a lot of them. So he just goes out and captures them, brings them back, kills them, and feeds them. Freezes the. He freezes up the pythons, and then cuts them in half, and he'll give one half to Kevin and the other half to his female Malaysian king cobra. Yeah, the female cobra's been doing better, but there's time that snake really takes chops at him. He's come close to getting bit a few times. He got bit by one of his alligators. His crocodile, one of the crocodile. No, it's the Cuban croc that bit him. Bit him right in the leg. Well, that didn't feel good. I tell you, he went right straight to the hospital, and it took him a while to heal up. Kid's only 23 years old, so he heals up pretty quick. It's not like being 60 and diabetic. Then yeah, it's a killer. So yeah, you go out and like I said, I don't know where you would go in Florida to capture pythons, but yeah, that doesn't cost him anything to feed the king cobras when he goes out and hunts them down. Oh, then you have other people that hunt them down too, and bring the snakes in. I mean, the cops brought one of the pythons in, and I think he's just going to kill it and use it to feed Kevin and I can't even think of the female king cobra. I can't even think of her name. But he's not going to put the two king cobras together. Yeah, you can't do that. One of them would eat the other one. They're snake eaters. But then again, if one bites the other one, it's not their venom. It's not going to affect the other snake, because they're both king cobras. So, but yeah, the king cobras, if he puts it in a snake aquarium and the snake goes around, it looks at the other snakes, because you know why? Because it wants to eat it. It'll eat any snake. All it's got to do is bite another snake with its venom, and it'll kill that snake. And what the king cobra does is it bites, and then leaves it for about an hour, and comes back and eats it. It's smart, because they know to eat the snake from the head. They always eat the head first. It's pretty amazing. Oh, the black mamba. He's got two black mambas too. Chandler's Wildlife. Yeah, you can. The black mambas are really hard to handle. Really hard to free handle those snakes, because they're so They just they bounce around. Real easy to get bit by one of those. Big time. Yep. So when you gonna do your channel, Tasha? I imagine you'll be doing your channel right after I close out here. I had a frozen pizza for dinner, so that was it. And I ate it like 2:30. That's usually when I eat. I'll eat like about 2:30 is perfect. 2:30 just works as good time as ever, you know. I got 2 heads of lettuce, so I think I'm gonna have a salad tomorrow. I'll just have one big salad. So, Python Cowboy on YouTube. You know, all the snake, Clint's Reptiles. Let me think of, was it Steve Stone? Steve Stone's, God, what's it called? Steve's, God, I can't think of the name. Blank tonight. Steve Stone's World. It's called Steve Stone's World. Check that channel out. He's in the Cobras. Chandler's Wildlife, Steve Stone's World, Tyler Nolan Tattoos. All those have the snake channels. Let's see. I'm trying to think of another channel. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. I just can't think of all the names. There's so many of them. But yeah, Chandler's Wildlife is approaching 2 million subscribers. Yeah, he needs to make lots of money because he's got to feed. I think he said it cost him $1,500 a month to feed all of his snakes. That's what he said, $1,500. It's a lot of money. A lot of moolah. He lives in a 4,000 square foot house. There, I think he's not too far from Orlando. And then Tyler Nolan moved. He was right off of the ocean, and now he is in. He's close to Chandler. No, he's close to Chandler's Wildlife now. You know, it makes sense because because I just heard some noise, sound like a backfire. But yeah, Tyler Nolan. Now he lives so close to Chandler that, he, like you said, he's storing all of his snakes there right now, for the time being until he gets his property staged off so he can put all of his animals, his alligators, his birds, everything. The dude's got what's he got? 2 dogs that, well, I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he's got 4 or 5. He's got 2 cats with the furless cats, no fur on them. That's a good cat to have, right? No fur. Those are expensive. Expensive cats. I'm trying to think. He's got a German Shepherd. He's got 2 wiener dogs. I'm trying to think of I can't even think of the names of the damn dogs. But yeah, you can go to his channel and then you'll know what the damn dog's name is, He doesn't always put the dogs on video, though. His channel's about tattoos, mainly. But he covers snakes. Not like Chandler. Chandler's nothing but, he's all about snakes. Well, he's got the ultimate. I mean, just to think what it costs to maintain a snake aquarium like he's got. Especially all the total snakes that he has. I can't remember what he said. How many? I mean, it changes all the time. He's getting rid of some snakes too. He's getting rid of more of the dangerous snakes, like the spitting cobras. That's a snake you don't want on your property. Well, yep. Yeah, not much going on for a Saturday night, right? It's a Saturday night. But, anyway. I'm just, like I said, I covered sports, I covered weather, I covered YouTubers, certain ones, I tell people on here, these are the YouTubers you don't want to go around. You don't want to approach them because They are unapproachable, you know. Stay away from them. Where you get accused of something that you don't want to get accused of, you know. Oh, Everglades, Florida. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's where that one guy died that killed his girlfriend. He went into the Everglades, and he got eaten up. Yeah, he got eaten up by alligators. And that was the end of him. What a story that was. You know? So anyways, guys, I'm going to close it out here. I'm going to get off of here and watch some TV. You know, maybe I might I might even watch some YouTube videos. I don't know. Maybe I'll find a Chandler's Wildlife video out there. Maybe there's one he released I didn't see. Here. I know one thing I'm going to invest in some pillows. I had 3 pillows in here and I lost them. I haven't gotten them replaced. I'm using towels and jackets just to have a pillow here. So, anyway. That's the scoop. And we're going to close it out because I don't know anything. I don't have anything more to say, really. Okay, guys, you all take care. Thanks for all coming in. Thanks for coming in, folks. Appreciate it. And we'll catch you on the next Harvey Davey live stream. How's that sound? Yeah. Okay, guys, we're going to close it. So, like I said, it's been good. And you guys be good, and I'll be good. And we'll all be good. So, till the next one, we're out of here, guys. Okie doke. Goodbye. If I could say goodbye.